Spring Festival, or Chinese New Year, is the most widely celebrated festival in China. The week-long holiday brings family and friends together to wish one another good fortune for the coming year. Since becoming top leader of the Communist Party of China in 2012, Xi Jinping has every year ahead of the Spring Festival visited members of the public, especially those from disadvantaged communities. This year, Xi was in Guizhou province in southwest China. What does this choice of location and the president's activities while he was there say about China's priorities going forward? This is Xinhua Special. Guizhou was once home to more poor people than anywhere else in China, and the last 9 counties removed from the country's poverty list were in this province. In Huawu, where more than 96% of its population identify as members of the Miao ethnic group, more than 3/5 of the village was still classed as poor in 2014. Improved infrastructure, expansion of farming and development of tourism, however, has transformed the village, and today no one lives under the national poverty line. It was against the backdrop of this huge achievement that Xi visited Huawu to see how people's lives have changed, inspect poverty reduction accomplishments and promote efforts to invigorate rural areas. Zhao Yuxue was making rice cakes with his family when Xi visited his house. The president sat down and joined in.
他是希望最关心老百姓，包括把这老娃儿这些哈，就是教育啊，或者就是读书挣不着钱啊，这些。我女儿回答的是，每一年娃儿补助也1250，8年级、7年级或者8年级的，4年级的嘛补助1000了吧，今年。
Zhao and his wife used to work in a factory in Fujian province. The family of 5 moved into a new house in 2017 under a government relocation initiative for people who lived in substandard housing. Poverty alleviation projects have transformed this former isolated community. Embroiderer Yang Wenli reflected on the changes.
水不通、电不通、路不通，后来就是因为这个国家这个好的政策，我们的路才能够通，然后水才能够到家，电才能够到家，所以这些都是给我们很大的改变。
The president visited Yang's place of work, an embroidery studio, supported by another poverty alleviation project that promotes job creation in the cultural, customs and trade sector. Local artisans told Xi how they made the traditional Miao-style garments and ornaments.
然后呢，我就向他介绍，外出苗是苗族的一个支系，我就向他介绍了。然后呢，他也是问了我们这个服装上的这些花纹是不是手绣的？我说是的。我觉得他来了以后对我的这个鼓励是挺大的。他来了这里以后，我有这个信心把我们这个产业做得更好。
Yang, who like countless Miao women was taught how to sew by her mother almost as soon as she could thread a needle, said that today nearly 70% of the studio's products were sold online through live streaming. The villagers of Huawu are just a few of the nearly 100 million people across the whole country who have waved goodbye to poverty over the past 8 years. Late last year, for the first time in history, no one in rural China was classed as poor. With absolute poverty now a thing of the past, Xi's inspection in Guizhou signals that the focus of work concerning the countryside, agriculture and rural communities has shifted from supporting poverty alleviation to invigorating rural areas. China aims to achieve this new goal through a new programme called the Rural Vitalisation Strategy, which was first floated at the 19th National Congress of the Communist Party of China in 2017. By 2035, agriculture and rural areas will be basically modernised. By 2050, an established agriculture industry will be set amongst unspoilt countryside and incomes will have increased significantly. Xi's 3-day trip saw him meet local communities, inspect river water quality and talk to scientists working on FAST, the world's largest field aperture radio telescope. 2021 marks the start of China's 14th five-year plan and its new journey toward what the country calls the building of a modern socialist country. Rural areas represent one of the most formidable tasks in the realisation of this developmental stage. China sees common prosperity as integral to social modernisation. In this regard, Xi encouraged action to resolve gaps in regional development, urban-rural growth and incomes. If Xi's Guizhou tour indicates future priorities, then ways and means to invigorate the countryside will play a prominent role going forward. But perhaps what he said when he was making rice cakes with Zhao and his family is more telling. He wished them a happier, sweeter life. Happy New Year. 新年快乐.